It was a typical Saturday afternoon when my son, a recent college graduate, moved into the house he had just bought in a peaceful suburban neighborhood. Little did we know that the neighborhood's HOA, Homeowners Association, would take issue with his move-in, despite all legal protocols being followed. Our neighbor, Karen, a vocal member of the HOA, had been scrutinizing our every step since my son had signed the purchase agreement. She didn't like the idea of anyone new, especially someone younger, moving into the neighborhood. Within hours of the moving truck pulling up to our new home, Karen made her way over, fuming with anger. She didn't waste time calling the cops, claiming that my son's move was a violation of some obscure HOA rule she had invented in her mind. "This is unacceptable," she yelled as she stormed down the street. We could hear her ranting to anyone who would listen, but we tried to stay calm, knowing that we were within our rights. The sheriff arrived, and with a stern look, he walked up to us. As Karen started her tirade, the officer's demeanor shifted. He turned to my wife, a decorated Army veteran, and without a word, gave her a respectful salute. The whole situation froze in that moment. Karen, who had been sure that she would get her way, now stood in disbelief as the officer paid his respects to my wife. "I'm sorry, ma'am," the sheriff said, addressing Karen with authority, "but there is no violation here. These people are well within their rights to move in, and I suggest you leave them alone." Karen's face went pale, her words caught in her throat. She had been so sure of her power within the HOA that she didn't realize the respect my wife commanded from those who knew her true identity. As the officer turned to leave, Karen stood frozen in place, her anger turned to confusion. My wife, however, stood proud, not just for herself, but for my son, who had just learned that sometimes the world can surprise you when you least expect it. It was a small victory, but one that spoke volumes about respect, power, and the unexpected moments when justice prevails.